was your response to the outcome, bro?
I already know.
Hey. What was your response to the outcome of this fight, bro? What you think about the fight, bro?
Yeah, good ass fight. Yeah, put his head down. I won 20K too.
Oh, you want 200K?
Not yet. Ryan Garcia.
Was you surprised the fight went that long, though?
Huh?
You surprised the fight went that long?
I ain't surprised. Brody's strong as fuck.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to LODekey.com. Like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
And how does this change your life, man? Now, in terms of the response, what has been too much of that? That's people being like, hey, you know, what do you have in your head or things like that?
Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. So to get this hookup, make sure you follow and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram.
Hi, you're watching Dante Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So there's been a lot of rumors when it comes to who Gervonta Tank Davis's next opponent is. Some are saying it's going to be Isaac Pitbull Cruz, Frank Martin, or even Teofimo Lopez. Now, not too long ago, Calvin Ford, he dropped a hint and he said that Gervonta Tank Davis's next fight is a big one. The way Calvin Ford said it, it pretty much rules out an Isaac Cruz Pitbull rematch just off of how he said it, because we all know an Isaac Pitbull Cruz fight would not be considered a big fight. The only big fights would be considered Gervonta versus Frank Martin or Gervonta versus Teofimo, which would be much bigger than a Frank Martin fight. And Floyd Mayweather, he feels the same way because he said not too long ago that that's the biggest fight to make. He said that that's also the biggest threat to Gervonta right now.
We want to make the big, we want to make the, I feel like the biggest and the best should fight each other. No different from what I did. The lightweight division got so much talent. Devin Haney and Shakur Stevens. That's a great matchup. Teofimo Lopez and Gervonta Tank Davis.
Okay, so you heard Floyd Mayweather right there. He made it very clear that he would rather see Devin Haney fight Shakur Stevenson while Gervonta Tank Davis fights against Teofimo Lopez. You know, not too long ago, there was news that Teofimo Lopez, he pulled out of an original fight where he already had an opponent, and he pushed his fight date till like the beginning of next year, I think January or February. Coincidentally, Gervonta did the exact same thing, which made people feel that maybe they are putting together a fight. Maybe they're negotiating. And after all, remember, I told you guys that Calvin Ford, he said that they're pretty much working on something big for Gervonta's next fight. But at the same time, he did this recent interview with Miller City Boxing, and he made it sound like he wasn't interested in the Teofimo Lopez fight at all, even though he knows that Floyd Mayweather is.
Floyd Mayweather came out and mentioned that, you know, the biggest threat and the biggest fight possible for Gervonta Davis is Teofimo Lopez. What do you think about that fight? And obviously he's at 140 pounds now. What are your thoughts on why Mayweather said that?
I would have said that in the beginning when he stayed at 135, but since he moved at 140, you got to wait and see, you know. Because right now, I know we're campaigning at 135. Y'all seen what we did in weight. You see our weights, right? Right, y'all? So why would I go up to 140 if it ain't worth nothing? Don't that make sense?
Yeah.
It got to be somebody to make me go up to 140. That's bringing them type of numbers we bring. Don't think that's why fighters do that?
Right. Because I mean, you did a catch weight with Ryan, 136. He obviously came up with his numbers. That's why you guys entertained it.
Right.
When we talk about Teofimo, he's also a popular fighter. Maybe not as popular as Ryan, but still a popular fighter. Maybe
again, Tank ain't going back. You got to be able to match his numbers.
Right.
That's what everybody. Tank don't need them as a dance partner. You feel what I'm saying? You don't really need them. So when you look at most fighters take fight is because it's a belt involved that they want to make them get more money, or it's more money.
Right.
So if you're not coming with something that's going to make a person bite or want to take that fight, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you go back in history, why fighters take certain fights, it's even a better opportunity for them than what they have.
Right.
So right now we are looking for the best opportunity that's for us that makes sense, where we are not going backwards.
Okay, so there's a lot of questions that were not asked that should have been asked by the guy that was interviewing Calvin Ford. You heard Calvin Ford say, we're not going backwards. Now, when Calvin Ford says we're not going backwards, then that should also rule out a fight with Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Also, when Calvin Ford start talking about, you know, if we're going to go up to 140, it has to be for like either a belt or it has to be a big money fight. But the reporter who was interviewing Calvin, he never mentioned, but you guys moved up to 140 to fight Mario Barrios. And surely Teofimo Lopez is a bigger name than Mario Barrios, right? Not only is it a much bigger fight, but it would also be for a title because Teofimo Lopez just beat Josh Taylor. Another question should have been asked is, okay, so if you're saying that Teofimo is not a big enough name, you're telling us that the guy you guys choose is going to be a bigger name than Teofimo Lopez? Can you mention some names that you believe is bigger names than Teofimo Lopez that you guys want to fight next? These are questions that should have been asked. We all know when it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis, there are only two fights that are bigger than a Teofimo Lopez fight, and that is a Davis-Haney fight or a Davis-Shakur Stevenson fight. Now, and a lot of people think because Teofimo Lopez, he had been avoiding Devin Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis, and Shakur Stevenson for so long, there's no way he would take the fight. But the thing I noticed with Teofimo Lopez the most is he craves attention. He wants to get that type of attention that Gervonta Tank Davis is receiving right now. Gervonta is the face of boxing now, and his numbers have already proven that. Gervonta, he fights all across the country, and no matter where he goes, the arenas completely sell out. I think Teofimo Lopez is very jealous of Gervonta Tank Davis's popularity, and that just might be enough to bait him into negotiations with Gervonta. Teo, he got his win over Josh Taylor, and no one was really even talking about it. It was like it just fell on deaf ears. The only way Teo is going to get the true respect that he's craving for is if he gets in the ring with someone like a Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney, or Shakur Stevenson, one of the three kings. And I think Lopez is starting to realize that. Now, what Calvin Ford said was really confusing, but it could be possible that Gervonta is now uncomfortable fighting at a heavier weight class like 140 because of his performance against Mario Barrios. It could be very possible, despite the fact that Gervonta knocked out Mario Barrios, it could be possible that he felt the size difference at the new weight. So we should definitely see soon if that is the case. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.